After 150 days of floating on a world completely covered in water, after months of silence and darkness and uncertainty, with no land in sight and no sign that anything would ever change, Genesis 8 opens with three words that change everything. And God remembered Noah. Genesis 8:1. Three words that are possibly the most comforting phrase in the entire flood narrative, and understanding what they really mean will completely change how you read them. Now, the first thing most people think when they read, God remembered Noah, is that God had somehow forgotten him, as if Noah had slipped his mind for 5 months while floating on the flood. But that is not what the Hebrew word for remembered means here. The word is zakar, and zakar does not describe the recovery of lost information. It describes turning your active attention towards someone with the intention of acting on their behalf. In other words, God remembered Noah does not mean God suddenly recalled that Noah existed. It means God turned his full and active attention toward Noah with the specific purpose of doing something about his situation. The same word is used in Genesis 30-22 when God remembered Rachel and opened her womb, and in Exodus 2:24 when God heard the groaning of Israel in Egypt and remembered his covenant. In every case, zakar signals not a recovery of memory, but a movement of God toward action on behalf of someone. He had never stopped watching. And what did God do when he remembered Noah? And God made a wind to pass over the earth, and the waters assuaged. Genesis 8:1, he sent a wind. The same Hebrew word for wind here is ruach, the same word used in Genesis 1:2, when the Spirit of God hovered over the waters of the unformed earth. God used the same creative power that had shaped the world at the beginning to begin reshaping it again now. Here is what this truth does to how you see your own waiting seasons. When you are in the middle of a flood, when circumstances have covered everything, and there is no land in sight and God seems silent, the message of Genesis 8:1 is that God remembering you is not God finally noticing you again. It is God turning his active power toward your situation to begin the work of making the waters recede. He never stopped watching. He is just getting ready to send the wind. Subscribe to Proverbs and Purpose and leave a comment below. Have you ever been in a season where you felt forgotten by God, and what brought you through it?